For all your TCG needs, make sure to check out sabatcg.com. What's poppin', everybody? It's the Saber94. No TCG video today. We're going to be discussing Sony and PlayStation, the big announcement a couple of weeks ago. Sony discontinuing physical discs for pretty much the PlayStation 5. It's going to be the last console. PlayStation 6, not going to have any disc support. So this was big news. It took me by surprise a couple of weeks ago. Everybody went crazy and people are still talking about it. But I want to address the fakeness in this whole thing, because if you would give me a choice right now and you tell me it's up to you, Chris, do you want PlayStation 6 and optical media to still be a thing, yes or no? I'd say yes. But it's not in my hands, and I'm not a hypocrite like everybody else, because I see everybody talking shit on Twitter, and then you see all these big YouTubers making clickbait-ass videos like, oh, it's not looking good for Sony, this happened, and Sony's regretting this decision, and this is going on with Sony, and oh, we're not going to support the PlayStation 6, nobody's going to buy it, and we're going to speak with our wallets and all this fake shit. It's bullshit, and I'm going to tell you why it's bullshit. So, I don't have a PlayStation 6, I don't even have a PlayStation 5. I'll get one eventually because there's a lot of games that I want to play, but it's not the time yet for me. Let's just say that. But if they would come out with, let's say, a new Bloodborne game on the PlayStation 6, Bloodborne, new PlayStation exclusive, only on PlayStation 6, of course I'm going to pitch in. Of course I'm going to get it. Or other must-have games. Or let's say From Software makes the next Elden Ring or whatever. Am I going to be... It comes down to the choice of, okay, do I not play the games that I want to play in the present, just in case I won't be able to play them in 20 years? Or that's what I do. I play the games and then maybe in 20 years, Sony revokes the license and we can't play them or something. Because that's what basically digital distribution is. They control everything. And then if they don't want you to play a game anymore, even if you download it to your hard drive, you connect to the internet, you can't play it, whatever. Yeah, it's pretty bad. But if that's what they're going to do, I mean, you're going to have to be careful. You're going to have to be careful with online games, with games where you constantly pay money, like these live service games or whatever. You're going to have to be really careful. But if we're not going to have a choice, all these people saying they're not going to buy another PlayStation console, they're not going to support Sony, and they're not going to... You're lying. If they come out with must-have games, you're going to get the new console, you're going to play games, and the reason why you're going to do it, unless you quit gaming altogether, is because everybody's going to do it eventually. If Sony's doing it, Microsoft, if they even make another console, who knows what they're going to do, they're going to do the same shit. I can't speak for PC, and Nintendo, everybody's praising Nintendo. Oh, they're still doing the cartridges, they're still doing the little card things in the box, whatever. Eventually, Nintendo is going to do something similar. They're going to go all in on digital distribution. And I'm not saying I like this. I'm not saying I want this. If I had the choice, I'd still choose something hybrid like the PlayStation 5. You know, you get to pick. You want to have a console that can play discs. You want to have a console that doesn't play discs. I would give people that choice. And, you know, for some, you know, cheap-ass games like Metal Slug and other old-school games, it's cool when you can just download them from the PlayStation. And other cheap games, even if they're new, like Hollow Knight, I don't need a disc for that. But if it's something like Elden Ring, something like Bloodborne, something like, I don't know, like a new Ninja Gaiden Sigma game, you know, those big AAA games, so to speak, then yeah, I would rather have a disc. At the end of the day, though, this sort of mentality, it doesn't matter, because even on the PlayStation 4, you buy the disc, when you put the disc in the console, it still installs all the storage of the game. So let's say Bloodborne is 10 gigabytes. When you put the CD in, like the Blu-ray disc in, you still got to have the space for the storage of the game in order to play the game. So it's kind of like how you download it, like if I would download it from the PlayStation Store and have it installed. It's that sort of thing. So I guess the only benefit of disc on the PlayStation is that, yeah, if something goes wrong, if I want to put the disc on another PlayStation or something, or if the console breaks, I still got the disc. You get benefits like this. If I'm just gonna do offline, I don't care about online, I can still put the disc and it can work. But at the end of the day, I mean, all of this talking shit, all of this sort of movement talk, everybody's talking Twitter. I mean, maybe I'll be proven wrong and something's gonna come out of it, but I don't see it. I mean, this is a pretty big decision. When Sony and a corporation does something like this, it's not like they thought of it a week ago. They've been planning for this. They maybe did the math. They planned for it. They were willing to take the plunge. I suppose when Xbox, they did the crazy shit they were going to do when the Xbox One was going to come out. They did backtrack, but it was just a much easier thing to do. I mean, with something like a console that's not going to have a disk drive, it's not exactly something you can go back with. I mean, all the developers are involved, all the manufacturing side for physical games is involved. There's a lot to it. It's not like with Microsoft where they can just flip a switch. And there's another point we gotta say too, and I hate to say it, but it's the truth. A lot of people don't actually buy physical media, or they buy some physical media like I do, but then they download most of their games from the PlayStation Store. Okay? I look at myself, for example. I don't play too many video games on consoles. And when I do, it's usually a game like Bloodborne, Elden Ring, some kind of really big single-player game that I play over and over, and it takes a long time to beat, and I take my time, that sort of thing. So I don't buy a lot of physical games in the first place. I don't got like all of the Sony exclusives and all the Call of Duty games and all of the GTA games. All these games that are like the popular and the standard games you would have. And then if I'm not playing a game like that, I'm usually playing some kind of Metroidvania/Igavania style game. And these types of games, they're usually only available for download. They don't have like physical disc versions, at least official ones. You know, games like Hollow Knight, games like, I think it was called Afterimage, I believe. It was made from a Chinese studio, I think. Games like Metal Slug, you know, old King of Fighters games. You know, these types of games, you download them from the PlayStation Store. Maybe that's just me. I mean, I'm pretty sure other people, they play a lot more games than me. And after they're done with Elden Ring, they play God of War and then Horizon Zero Dawn and then GTA, whatever, Call of Duty, whatever. But I don't know, man. It just seems like there's too many things fighting for our time. You don't have time for everything. Like if you want to do a lot of different stuff like me, you want your time to play your TCGs, you want some time to read some manga, you want some time to watch some anime, do some other stuff, go out, and then, you know, you want time to play your games too. If you're going to play a game like Elden Ring, you're not going to have time for that and a billion other games to just focus on them completely. So I just see going forward, at least for people like me, you buy less games, and then as a result, for these big games, you would buy less physical games regardless. At the end of the day, you know, money talks. And when I say money talks, I'm not talking about what everybody's talking shit say they're going to do now. Oh, we're not going to buy the new shit. We're only going to buy physical games. We're going to cancel PlayStation Plus subscriptions. Whatever. I think that's all talk. Because if that was really the case from the start, if people actually, like I've said, everybody's buying physical games, nobody's buying digital games, Sony wouldn't have even come to this. They wouldn't have even done this. But there's probably enough sales data, and they would know it better than anyone when they see, okay, how much money we're making from PlayStation Store, PlayStation Plus, how much money we're making from physical discs. They did the math, and they decided, okay, finally we can do this. It's going to be some criticism, but we'll get by. Like I've said, use myself as an example. I buy physical discs, but I buy a lot of digital games only too. I'll admit though, just like Mystic said on his first video about this, he's made a bunch of them since then. I didn't watch them, but like he said, it did kind of take me as a surprise. I thought if there was going to be the end of disc media, it was going to be with the PlayStation 6. Like we were going to get maybe one more console, and then after PlayStation 6, maybe there wouldn't be another console that would support discs. But anyway, I'm just gonna finish this video by saying this again, because we gotta be honest, you gotta be realistic. You're gonna use the Bloodborne example once again. if PlayStation 6 comes out, Bloodborne 2 comes out, it's as awesome as you can imagine. Are you gonna sit there and go, okay, I can either buy the PlayStation 6, play Bloodborne in the present, and take the risk, the chance that I won't be able to play my games in 15 years if Sony changes their mind, or not play it, just so that I don't risk not being able to play it in 20 years? You already know the answer. So that's why I think all of this talking shit online is just people doing it for attention, people really not meaning it. YouTubers definitely taking advantage of these clickbait videos just to make money, talking shit, making clickbait videos about Sony. Oh, Sony's in trouble. Sony, this is happening to Sony. They're regretting it, whatever. It's all bullcrap. I think at the end of the day, they're gonna be fine, especially if they come out with some must-have exclusive like Bloodborne 2. I mean, they already got a buyer, I'm saying it right now. If they will come out with PlayStation 6 and Bloodborne 2, they already got me. I'm not gonna be thinking, oh, I can't play the game in 20 years maybe. And then eventually, you know, Sony's doing it, Nintendo's gonna do it even more in the end. And then you're gonna have no choice. Either you're just gonna be playing your old games in the old systems while you can, or you're gonna have to quit gaming. That's pretty much it. I know a lot of people aren't gonna like hearing this, but I'm trying to be pragmatic here. This is the reality. If it was up to me, yeah, I'd keep discs around, but it's not up to me, I'm afraid. It's up to companies, and companies, as what they always do, they always just try and find ways to make more money, save more money, and then just gain more control, because it's about that, really. Even despite how many people, you know, buy digital games and whatever, Sony, they could have kept this around if they wanted to, but by doing this, they can just save even more money. I mean, the used market goes to hell. It goes away, so they don't gotta worry about that. And then they just have more control when everything's digital. Anyway, that's all I got. Hope you guys enjoyed the rant. Subscribe to the channel, leave a like, share the video with your friends, and I'll see you guys next time. Where are you?